What's going on, guys? No guys here. Welcome back to the weekly tactic update. We're going to go through some of the updates and go through every single formation, all four of them, and what's changed effectively. So you can get the highest ranks in your weekend league or your finishers. The first one I wanted to start off is with the new one that I mentioned in yesterday's video. If you want to see this in more detail, I explained this. This is basically a more attacking variation of the 4-2-3-1. The only difference is that there's basically wingers in this formation, but that allows you to put instructions like get it behind, cut inside. I've explained this all in yesterday's video on why I don't use cut inside or free roam and why sometimes it's better to leave this unbalanced. You can always check that out for yourself. But let's go with the tactics first. So they're quite similar to my 4-2-3-1 55 width. I am playing on 71 depth, but what I would say is if you are, let's say, this would be a formation to start the game with, by the way. I just want to mention this. Let's say you start the game with this formation. If you don't like being on the front foot, or let's say you're winning 1 or 2-0, and it's about 80 minutes and you want to start thinking about closing the game, feel free to reduce the step down and put everyone on comeback and offense. That way you can close the game out with this formation, and you still can. Do not worry, because you still have 2 CDMs. So yes, it's still viable as a formation to close the game out. Balanced build-up play is a long ball, because before you had cams and cams didn't have instructions to get it behind. Now you have that, so you don't really need to use long ball unless you really struggle with building up yourself and lack of L1 triggers. Forward runs, 40 width, and we've got 6 players inside the box and 1 corners and 3 kicks. So that would be the first formation that we start the game with. Now this will be run into a little problem. See, now if I was smart and tactical, I could make the series go on forever and ever. But the truth is, I think this is potentially the best tactical layout there is right now. The only thing is this slot over here, this 3-5-2 slot. This is very, I would say it's very dependent on how you play the game. It's a very good formation in 3-5-2. But the truth is, there's kind of 3 metas really. There's the finesse meta. There's the 71 depth meta. The 71 depth meta is covered by most formations. In particular, this 4-4-2-4 or 4-4-2. It's basically the same thing anyway. It's just left wings and right wings as opposed to left mids and right mids. Then you have the 4-3-2-1. This is Anders' 4-3-2-1, by the way, and I still have kept it in. I've been trying other 4-3-2-1s, but to be completely honest, I do like Anders' tactics. The only thing that maybe I'm considering is kind of switching the attacking side of the fullback, just more of a personal preference for myself. But this still retains that position. So this would be the position that maybe I'm looking to change. I want to invite the floor to maybe you guys to maybe explain, or maybe write down below in the comment section what kind of tactics you want to see. I was thinking technically there is some formation at the 5-4-1, but I'm not going to go over that nonsense, not at this stage of the year. But there's a lot of other formations we can use, like 4-1-2-1-2. So I wanted just to ask a bit of your feedback. How do you want me to progress with this? Do you want me to give you different formations every single week to try in these situations? What I'm thinking of is, like, let's say for a defensive for a tactic, what I'm thinking is, as we go on week by week, is I'm going to give you like different options, like, you know, the 4-1-2-1-2, 3-5-2, and let's say the 5-4-1 as an example, and that way you can just pick the one that you like the best. That's what I'm thinking about moving forward. Let me know, because as it stands, I think this is probably one of the best layouts. I can't really make any, I don't think I'll be making any major changes unless a major patch comes out. This is the 3-5-2 tactics. While I'm going on this diatribe, you can just copy and paste these. But because 71 depth hasn't been nerfed, it's just nonsense. I can't believe they're 5 patches in. They've not even nerfed 71 depth. It makes absolutely no sense. But that's a story for another day. But that is why I'm saying that there's no major gameplay changes. The way people are playing is not changed. It's very much the same system. This one, as I mentioned, this one defends in a 5-3-1-1. The way this works is this player comes back, because that's the back 5. Then the striker comes back, Llorente goes into the middle, and Tonali goes over there. So that is basically how the formation does work. Now, what I would say, when you're defending in a 5-3-1-1, you're much more better defensively. But when you attack, you lose that attacking threat of having 3 players on effectively stay forward. So you can always adjust this. So one strike on stay central, get it behind, stay forward. The other one on stay central, get it behind and come back in offense. If you want this player to be ready for the counter attack and you don't mind not defending in a 5-3-1-1 and you can defend in the natural 5-2-1-2 that the formation is in the defensive shape out of possession, then you can put this player on stay forward. I got the cam on stay forward, get into the box for a cross, left mid, right mid, come back in offense, get into the box for a cross, and conservative. Nothing has changed there from last week. Just for anyone else that's watching this and anyone else that's new, you can just feel free just to copy these tactics out. I did mention that last week that I was going to explore and experiment overlap. Yes, you can use overlap, but it's quite attacking. They don't make these runs going forward into when you're attacking into the final third, but they just basically stay a bit wider when you're building up. Maybe it makes it easier for you. I just like them because they're positioned better to make those through balls down the wing to my left mid and right mids, personally speaking. So that is why I'm personally a fan of them. So I would say there's 2 things here. Put this player on stay forward and put both of these players on overlap if you want us to make this much more attacking. If you don't, put this player on comeback and offense, and then put these 2 players both on just balance that way, like so. That way you won't struggle defensively. So again, adjust that for your playstyle. And that is a 3-5-2. Used all aspects of the game, both to close the game out or to go all out attack. I'm kind of using this more and more, especially as I'm kind of rotating the ball a lot more in my playstyle. But that is, of course, the 3-5-2. If you want to get better at FC24, I do have an FC24 FIFA School Series. But before you skip ahead, what if I told you if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund you your money? I can say that because I've been running this school for many years and thousands of people have already joined and even stay on. We go over complete in-depth gameplay tutorials showing you the theory of it and then showing you gameplay examples in a structured format. Unlike my YouTube channel, they are a progressive learning system teaching you everything from the core mechanics to the meta so you can get better as a whole, with explanations that go beyond the scope of my YouTube channel. FC School has already started with new videos coming out every single week. These videos will adjust to the recent patches and updates so you can stay up to date and ahead of your competition. So come join thousands of others in a mature community for those looking to get better. Patreon.com/nilguides or click the link down below. Now when you join, we already have a library of hundreds of videos, more than my YouTube channel in fact, with new FC24 videos getting added constantly so you never run out of content. Remember, the biggest mistake people make is they spend thousands of dollars on FIFA points every single year thinking a team will make them better, but it won't. But now it's time for you to make that change. And don't forget, if you don't get better after 1 month, just send me a message and I'll refund your money. That is the Nil Guides guarantee. Patreon.com/NilGuides. Link is down below in the description or click on the pinned comment below. This is Anders' 4-3-2-1. I have a dedicated video on this. I don't want to spend like 10 minutes going over this because this same tactic all the time. But you can just copy and paste it. This is a fairly balanced but aggressive tactic. It's not overly aggressive with the 71 depth, although I can always activate team press or tune to 71 depth if I want to. But it's a fairly balanced attacking formation, I would say. But the left back makes it leaning more towards attacking. For the instructions, stay central, getting behind. Now this formation defends in the 4-4-2. So the right striker is on, or right forward is on stay central, get it behind. The right centre mid has to be on cover wing, get into the box for a cross, balanced. The left forward has to be on stay central, get it behind and come back in defence. So that is how you defend out of possession when you don't have the ball. That is how this player ends up becomes a left mid. Alvarez becomes a right mid, like so. And then Huang and then Son, they go up top to make the 4-4-2. So in the defense situation, that's how it defends in the 4-4-2. Both the centre mids here, on both of them on stay back while attacking, send edge of the box for a cross, and cover centre for both of them. The right back is on stay back and on balanced, and the left back is on stay back and balanced. Now, one thing I wanted us to mention very, very quickly here. What you can do is you can always make this player, so this player would always be the one that joins the attack, but balance is completely fine. You can even consider using, put this on overlap as well, you can even consider using both of the fullbacks on balance, but it's very, very risky. People have been asking me that question. If you like attacking on the other end, like kind of what I'm doing, I'm basically switching the sides or the fullback that attacks. It's just more of a personal preference because of where my eye naturally kind of leans towards, and just helps me attack a bit better because I'm used to it. But you know, that's the Anna's tactic. All I'm going to say is if this right back does go forward, then maybe, so you got to swap them around. So if this right back is going forward, then make sure this player is on stay back while attacking, not on balanced. At least that way you can defend a bit better, and then you can just swap everything around to Son. So this player ends up becoming a centre mid defensively with Tonali, and the Levante goes left mid, and then Son goes right mid. So just flip the instructions on the opposite side. And then that is basically, as I said, I got a full dedicated video on my channel. I'm not going to go over this again. But you can always check it out on my channel if you want to see a full description of Anders' tactics. I just made some few minor changes here. Some things that I'm trying out this week, in case you have noticed something, but nothing too major, nothing that it would make a big difference in the grand scheme. Defense style balance, this is the 4-2-4, this is the formation when you're losing. Balanced, 55-71 depth, long ball, direct passing. If I am losing very bad, like let's say 2-3-0, and 71 depth just not doing it for me, I do pause the game, and I do use constant press. And then these are instructions. Just feel free to literally just pause the video and literally just copy and paste these videos, these instructions in the video, and you can always manipulate the video with a spanner, or the gear icon on the bottom right. Just because I don't want to go over this again, but no changes from last week. Both centre mids unbalanced. You basically defend in a 4-4-2, but you apply pressure and the centre mids join the attack, helping you get that last minute goal and get back inside the game. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you want to get better at FC, you can come to my FC School Series, patreon.com/NoGuide, links down in the description. If you don't get better after 1 month, you will find your minus in No Guides guarantee. Thanks for watching. Best of luck in your weekend league. Take care, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out, guys.